Hello everyone, QC Runner, QC Games, and it is finally time. I've been saying it for a long time, and it's finally time for the beginner guide to starting out your team and building up to level throne room level 6. Tried this already once before, and unfortunately I lost what I recorded, so I'm gonna try it again. Um, Probably come out a little bit different, but I'll get the general gist will be the same. It's what I've been telling people online, and many people you see many people, especially the new players, they come in saying, my team is too weak, I can't beat anybody, everybody in the arena is twice as strong as I am. How can I compete? It's not fair. The game's not fair. Any number of complaints and things. So I think the main reason that people get in this situation, and this is actually the situation I got with my QC runner account, is a lot of online games, the goal is to level as fast as possible and to get big, strong as possible. So a lot of people come into this game with that same philosophy, but that actually is the worst thing you could possibly do, is to level fast. You need to take it slow, you need to enjoy it. Actually, before I say that, I will start off with this. It's your game, so you play any way you want to play it. But given that, you can't come in and start complaining to say that the game is unfair because everybody's stronger than me, or the game is unfair because people are paying and they're getting ahead of me, those kinds of things. So you play the game the way you want to play it. If you want to stay free and not pay any money, that's it. It's your choice. But I don't think it's fair for you to go in and complain about other players who are willing to pay money to get ahead in the game. Because after all, this is a game that was created by the developers and they need to get paid. And there are so many people out there that just complain that developers are greedy. The developers are greedy, but they are making a product and they are a business and they are out there to make money. So the free players need to be happy that they actually have an opportunity to play the game and participate and be out there without having to give any money at all. And with that, you could actually get a very strong, powerful team by following the steps I'm going to give in this guide and doing it quote unquote correctly, or somewhere along the quote unquote correct path. But if you're willing to pay money, there's certain steps here that can happen quicker and faster, and that doesn't make that person that decides to pay money any better or any worse. It's just their choice to play the game the way they want to play it. And if they want to spend money in the game, more power to them. And if you choose to play for free and get as powerful as you can that way, that's fantastic too. I'm not saying one's better, one's worse. It's just two different ways to play the same game. And the developers of this game have created it in a way that you, as a player, get to choose what you would like to do. So with that, I will get off get off my little rant here. Um, so how do we get powerful? How do we build a good, powerful team here? First of all, like I said, do not blast through the game and level up everything as fast as you possibly can. Um, One of the things that I see some people recommend, and I've also heard comments of, all my resources are maxed out. I mean, look at this account here. I don't even have the goblin going right now because I'm maxed out on everything. So my wood is maxed out. My purple goo is quite often maxed out, and then depending on if I'm doing the portal or not, my apples and my money are maxed out. I have nothing left to buy here. Everything's maxed out except for the throne room. So having that max is not a reason to level. Just because you're there doesn't mean you should do it. And if I go look at my squad power, I'm at 403,000. If you look at some of the top people in the throne room 6, oh sorry, this is my TR6 account, the one, and I am trying to build it up to be a strong TR6 account, which can actually be very competitive in the arena. Right now, it's getting there, but it certainly is not there yet. So my 403,000 is getting up there, but the people who usually right at the top are like the upper 490s. Most of them have runes from the, what was that, the Christmas event or the Thanksgiving event previously, which are no longer available. So you have a strong, powerful team. You have those runes. That's what jumps you up to the 490s. But you can compete and beat some of those players even if you're in the low 400s, even the upper 300s. So the goal of getting a team is to have a big, strong, powerful team that is full of legendary items. If you look at my team here, I'm missing a legendary res item. That's what I'm still working at. But just at quick glance here, full legendary with a not legendary artifact, but an artifact, full legendary with a legendary artifact, And there's another artifact here, but oops, I just took off his res. We don't do that. Put that back on real quick. There's a lot of, I have a restore. I got a legendary restore, which I'm not looking for. I got legendary damage and a legendary damage, and right now I'm actually not looking. Depending on what I'm doing, I switch between them. But there we go. There's my res one back. So your goal is to get a team that looks something like this, or even better. Because I mean, you see, there's opportunities for growth. That's only all my guys are maxed at 40, but this is only a 40, a 38, and it's not even legendary. This was from an event, so we won't count that one. But here's only a level 35 weapon, so I can get stronger here. And what are we at? This is the fast one. Oops. This is normal attack, so that's maybe good. So 39 with that's good damage. Damage is this one here. Damage and a crit is potentially maybe not. On my archer would be better. Armor, magic armor, so that's for my tank. That's good. Damage. Okay, we already got one for archer. That's good. Again, this amulet is more towards a tank, but obviously it works on an archer, so there's room for growth there. Plus for 39, it's not 40s. This one at least is a 40, and this is made for this is a good with damage and crit, and res, which I like to restore. And this, like I've said on some of my other accounts, having the 20% chance of dealing to a group, that's kind of what I'm looking for, and it's a 40, so I certainly like that. So like that one here, here's from the item from the last event. 39, we'll just quickly glance here, spell power. They're all the same one, that's funny. And that also is maybe more of an archer. But anyway, my point is I still have plenty of room for growth here. And how do I grow? Those are steps I will get to shortly. So when you're starting the game out, certainly at the very beginning, they're going to be stepping you through, the tutorial, the steps you need to do, build your throne room, build each of these rooms, and you start leveling up. So pretty much the first 4 throne room levels, they're not important. Just get your feel for the game, start leveling everything up, start building everything. I highly recommend not spending gems on anything to speed it up, because as I said, this game is about taking it slow, taking your time, enjoying it, and spending gems to speed things up is certainly, unless you have an unlimited budget and plan on spending lots of money, then gems don't matter. But for most people, this is a very valuable resource in the game, and you don't really want to be wasting them. You can be using gems on the portal multiplier, which I'll show you in a moment, or the um, premium. When you get premium, there's a lot you can do, and unfortunately, it costs money. So, and the goblin. Sorry, premium costs money. I take that back. So the goblin is highly, highly helpful. So the goblin will actually go around and collect all your resources, make sure you're topped off and everything. And I think it's 495 gems for 2 weeks, 15 days. If you're playing the game a lot and just clicking on resources as these guys pop out, sometimes you get a gem. You see, I just got 2 gems there, doing different things. You get the gems, and you're watching commercials and stuff. It's easy to get 495 gems within 2 weeks. So you can pay for the goblin just by playing the game, and it will automatically collect everything for you and keep you topped off, which helps you level quicker or level when you need to. So to the first 4 levels, that I highly recommend taking that approach. Just taking your time, building everything up, participating in everything you can, get all your chests, opening all your chests, trying to get some proper equipment on all of your fighters, and you got to level up your fighters. I don't think I did a guide yet on making 5-star people in your castle. On all of my accounts, as you see, I'm average stars are 5 stars. That's very easy to do. There's a lot of people that think it's impossible to get a 5-star, and one of the earlier options in the game is they give you an option to buy a 5-star, and you certainly can do that, and it makes things a little quicker. But it is certainly not necessarily. It's easy to do. Again, it just takes time. You just got to breed the right way, and then you'll have full 5 stars. Early on, it's not critical to have 5 stars, but I like to do it sooner rather than later, because otherwise you're training people up, getting them stronger, and then you're going to throw them out and get somebody else and then have to start it all over again. So I like to do that early on in the game as possible. So anyway, through the first, like I said, first 4 throne room levels, just go through the game normally. Once you get to throne room 5, I believe the arena opens up. And at this point, then you're going to start looking to try to get artifacts from the store. And the TR5 artifacts are these over here, I believe, which are 1500. So level 20 to 35, and TR5 goes up to level 30. So you'll get an option of getting different artifacts. I think there's only like 2 or 3 that are available. And what you're looking for are pretty much all the artifacts. I think I mentioned this before. Are the best triggers. Or this activation here is once in a while, meaning it can activate at any point. There's other triggers which are not quite as good, like once an enemy dies, or once a resurrection on your team happens, or once an enemy does a resurrection. All those dependencies reduce the chances of the item firing. So the best is once in a while. It's just that doesn't depend on anything. And then the next thing you're looking for is the next blue item here. And on this one, it's called Bloodlust. So that's a unique item. So if you're actually this one doesn't even say unique. That's interesting. If your artifact says unique, it's unique to whatever the second line is here. So Bloodlust. So if it said unique above, you would not be able to have 2 artifacts that both said unique and Bloodlust. Something to keep in mind, because if you have 2 of them, only one of them's going to work, and the other one just artificially inflates your team's power, and you're not really that strong because that artifact's not helping you at all. So back to my point, once you get to TR5, you can start competing here in the arena, and your goal is to keep opening chests, trying to get stronger items so you can compete here. I would argue back and forth of it might be good to build up your team here so you can get some badges and get some artifacts just to get under your belt and get a little bit stronger. But really, I wouldn't. I think I could accept an argument if somebody said go right to TR6, because at TR6 you also get the portal, and that is huge. So once you get to TR6, we'll go back to the store here because that's what this account's on. Then you're on this left side. So I could still buy TR5 items, but there's really no point because all my guys are 40. So for me, that would be a complete waste. So now all of them cost 3,000 badges, so it costs twice as much. But we got a couple more artifact types that come out. So as you can see, this one is actually unique, and it's the Bad Doctor. So if I bought 2 of these, only one would actually fire. So it would just be a complete waste. And this artifact is good from level 35 to 45. I think I might have actually bought this just so I would have another artifact on the team, but I don't really like it. It's not really serving me much purpose. But I still have 3,600 badges, so once the next good one comes out, I can get that. And with all the commercials coming out, you're getting 2,100 badges a week if you're watching your 3 per day for 300 free badges a day. So TR6, you can get a lot of badges. So your goal is to, and according to my strategy here, get to TR6, level, and stay here for a long time. And you're going to grind. So you're going to build just like me. Right now I have everything maxed out. I built everything. I have all the items available. Everything's maxed out. I can't really hold anything more, but I'm still building my team. And the way I'm building my team is fighting in the arena. So that's going to give me badges, and giving me badges allows me to buy more artifacts. And the goal, if it's possible to have 6 different unique artifacts, I'm going to have 1 on each of my 6 members, including the 2 who are not in my normal fighting, but when I'm deploying for clans. Some of these could be useful, but since they're only rare and all my items are legendary, I haven't really even considered those. And down here in the master chest, those are only rare, so I'm not even looking at TR6. So again, you want to grind the arena to get the badges so you can have artifacts. But every weekend, you definitely need to get into the portal. That is key to building your team strength. So I believe I talked about this before, but every weekend they're going to pick one item type. And this weekend it was amulets, which it hasn't been for quite a while. And my team here actually needed it. I didn't have many legendary amulets. You're just going to grind the portal and go at the highest level you can and do it over and over and over. Use all your apples, and once you build more apples, go over and over and over. And actually, if you want to push it even further, you can go to the store here and buy apples for a fairly cheap price. I'm full, it's not going to let me. But it actually does not cost that much. You can spend diamonds to get apples in there. It's not really a whole lot. And the return on investment is actually pretty good, because as long as you're able to get enough, you're able to get legendary items, which makes your team that much stronger. And for me, it's a 39 to a 40. So it's a guaranteed level 39, level 40 legendary item. You get 4 of those, and you got all of your fighters for the arena, which makes your team that much stronger. And like I said before, the goal to get 6, and those 6 are not going to be the ones you want. So this is something you're going to do weekend after weekend, and even though you're a full legendary, there's still some benefit to continue to go to make your items even stronger still. Um, so one of the ways of doing that is, I mentioned before, one of the items you should consider buying is the multiplier here. So this one, as you can see, I bought the 3 times multiplier, which is 490 diamonds, and there's also the 2 times multiplier, which I think is 180 maybe. And what that does is exactly what it says. So when you're going on a portal level, if they're going to pay you 10 for completing that portal level and you have the triple, that means they're going to give you 20 extra plus your 10. So you're getting 30 instead of 10. So the quicker, that also, gets you quicker to your legendary. And your first couple times until you can get your team strength up higher, which allows you to grind a higher portal level, which allows you to get more souls every week. You're not going to be able to get tons, but once you get stronger, you can actually get some really good return on investment, because if you get 20, 25, 30,000 souls on a weekend, you can come in and buy these diamonds, and if you add this out, that's a total of 900 diamonds. And if you spend the 3 times multiplier, spend 490, you're gaining 310, 410. That was pretty bad math. 410 diamonds just by grinding the portal. So you're getting diamonds, which is helpful all around. And once you're full on everything here, you don't need to buy your legendaries anymore. Then you can grind the purple shards. These purple shards, which you're going to use to craft your own legendary items, which will come in very handy the higher you get. Because at this TR6 level, it's fairly cheap to do the grinding. Because like I said, you can actually gain diamonds by grinding on the weekend. You can get a full set of legendary gear fairly simply. You can build tons of, or like grind tons of purple shards that you'll use at a later point, all for fairly cheap prices. And this is, many have said this is the best level to grind at because everything is cheap and it's easy, and it will come in handy later because you get to like my level at TR10 on the main account. To get one legendary item, it costs 49, almost 50. It's like 49,800 something shards for one legendary item. So I grinded all weekend long, and I was able to get one. I didn't use I didn't use any of the multiplier because the multipliers cost, it's like 2,000 or something like that for the 3 times, which is ridiculous just for the multiplier. And then if I wanted to, I think I still can only get 900. So if I spend 2,000 or even more possibly, I could only get 900 even if I would do this to get, all of these, 1 of these, 3 of these, 5, and 8. So that all, actually 8. Oh, it's usually 10. I bought 2 of them. That's why that's down a little bit. So I couldn't even get back the diamonds I would spend. So it's much easier to do at this level. The higher you get, the more expensive everything gets. I think at TR7, when you get to the next level, I think you might be able to earn like 100 diamonds every weekend if you max out all of your items. So just to kind of recap there, because I was all over the place, the goal is to get to the portal, grind the highest level you possibly can, get your team full of legendary items. This weekend's ambulance, next weekend might be weapons, so then you're going to go and grind, get your team full of weapons. Next weekend it might be weapons again. So keep grinding until you get your team full of whatever items you want. And even having extra legendary items does not hurt, because you will break those down, and those will come in very handy later when you're trying to add gems to your weapons when you get to like TR8, 9, and 10. Because the legendary dust that you get is extremely helpful. So having too many legendary items is impossible. So get your team full of legendary items. Come down here, get purple shards, and buy back your diamonds and build up your diamond level as well. There's some guides out there about how high you should go. Some people say you should have 300 legendary items, legendary shards, I believe they say, and 600 purple shards, and the arena, something like 30,000 to 60,000 arena badges. So that's what a lot of the guides out there say to get to that level before you even consider going up to TR7. And another thing to consider, I haven't really looked into this too much, so I can't add too much yet, is if you want to do Djembe and you want to be successful at Djembe and grind Djembe to get the best and be 20 out of 20 every week, there is a method to it, and you need to make sure you know what that is before you do any upgrading past level 6. Most of them recommend, I believe, going straight to TR8 without even upgrading any of your warriors. And then I think you're going to have one at like what does that put you up to? 40, 55, 70. So like a 70, and then have everybody else still down at the lower levels with really weak equipment and stuff. So there's certainly some guides out there, and if anybody's interested, let me know, and I will research that and post it here because it is one of the things I'm considering on one of my accounts at one point. But the main point of all this is just take it slow. Don't level too fast. Because you level too fast, you're going to get in the arena, and everybody's going to be stronger than you, and it gets frustrating. A lot of people get to that point, and they just get frustrated and quit. So I don't want anybody to get in that situation because it's not fun, especially that's going to make you quit the game because this is a really fun game. You just need to learn how it works. When you learn how it works, you can enjoy it and have a lot of fun. So I wrote a couple notes, make sure I got everything here. Make sure, okay, yeah, I think that's the main point. So take it easy, don't rush. If you want to be powerful, follow these steps, and if you don't care, play your game the way you want. Enjoy it. If you have fun getting to max out everything as fast as you possibly can at TR10, then go for it. I actually did that on the other account, which I'm a little upset about, but at the same time, I'm building it back up. So it's a slow grind, and most people recommend if you get to that point not to do it. But I'm actually enjoying this aspect of it as well. So um, just enjoy the game. Any way you enjoy the game, enjoy it. If you enjoy by spending money and leveling up as fast as possible, go for it. If you enjoy it by staying free, go for it. But if you do want to be competitive and powerful at each level, just take it slow. And these steps that we did here at TR6, you'll do at TR7 as well. So you'll upgrade your Therm to 7, upgrade your fighters to 55, get all legendary items up there, and start grinding the portal. Get more legendary items, get more purple shards, get more diamonds, and get as powerful as you can. So, oh, one thing I did forget is the goal. Another goal here with building all that up is by the time you leave, you should be able to finish 1, 2, 3 pretty much every time, or almost every time, in the top three within the portal, not the portal, sorry, the arena. If you're not, then you're probably not ready to go to the next level because remember, everybody else is following these kind of guides and they are getting stronger. So if you upgrade sooner than you're ready, then you're gonna have that much more work to do at the next level, and it's gonna be that much harder because it's harder to grind. It's not as easy to get all of the items, and you need more of the items at the higher level. So um, if you do want to take this competitive approach, make sure you start at probably not really 5 since the portal's not open, but definitely at 6, and max out your level and get as strong as you can before considering the next level. I think I covered most of my notes, and that's the main goal. So if you have any questions, leave your comment down below. Um, Not sure I was going to be one of these people, but I'm going to add it in there. If you like the video, go ahead and mark it as a like and add any questions or comments you have. And my goal for this channel is to keep posting videos, whether it's Hustle Castle or some of the others, every day, and trying to build a following here. So if there's any other games you'd like to see or any other items you would like to know about, please let me know, and I will add them as I can. And I'm also, as I have time, I'm going to build on making this, try to make it look a little nicer. Because right now, obviously, I'm just doing all this on a phone or an iPad and posting things and not doing any processing and spending too much extra time other than doing the videos. I don't have a lot of extra time at the moment, but um, as long as there is interest and things keep going and there is a following, then I will continue to make the content. So far, I'm enjoying it, even though there's not really anybody seeing a whole lot. But feel free, leave a like, and let me know if there's something you would like to see or would not like to see. And I will talk to you soon. See ya.